Modern gaming has officially become a $70 season pass simulator where half the releases ship in early access, the other half are battle pass infested live service slop, and every single publisher is one shareholder meeting away from making you watch an ad before you can quit to the main menu. And then you blow the dust off a 30-year-old cartridge, slot it into a beige plastic box older than half the people watching this video, and somehow the experience hits harder than every AAA release of the last 5 years combined. No day one patch, no always online check, no FOMO calendar, no roadmap, just a finished game. Crazy concept, I know. So today we're ranking the 7 most perfect SNES games of all time. And by perfect, I mean games that have aged better than your favorite live service title's player count. So let's get into it. Starting off at number 7 is Super Mario Kart, the original. The one where the AI cheats so hard you start questioning simulation theory. This is the game that invented an entire genre, and 3 decades later, every kart racer in existence is still trying to recapture this exact magic and failing. It's the foundational text. It's the Bible of, I'm going to throw a controller at my best friend's head because he hit me with a green shell on the last lap. And what blows my mind is that this game ran on a graphics trick, the Mode 7. It was basically a glorified math hack, and they used it to create the entire blueprint for one of the most successful franchises in gaming history. Compare that to today, where studios have entire UE5 pipelines, billion-dollar budgets, and motion capture studios bigger than my apartment, and the result is a battle royale with 3 maps and a $20 Naruto skin. Super Mario Kart did more with less than any modern AAA team has done with infinite money. Spot earned. Number 6, Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Kong Quest. And no, I'm not putting the original on this list, fight me in the comments. The sequel did everything the first one did, but better, harder, weirder, and with a soundtrack that physically makes me emotional 30 years later. David Wise cooked. He cooked so hard the OST still gets remixed monthly on YouTube and pulls more views than most live service launch trailers. This is the Rare era we are never getting back, by the way. This is back when Rare was making genre-defining bangers every other Tuesday before they got swallowed up by the corporate machine and started pumping out whatever they pump out now. Donkey Kong Country 2 is a snapshot of a studio at its absolute peak, working with hardware they had no business pulling those visuals out of, and the result is a platformer that still mogs 90% of indie throwbacks trying to copy its homework. Number 5, Super Metroid. This is the one. This is the game that invented an entire vocabulary. We literally call a genre Metroidvania, and the Metroid half of that name comes from this exact cartridge. No tutorial, no quest markers, no NPC yelling, press B to jump into your skull every 6 seconds. Just you, a planet, and the existential dread of being completely alone in a hostile alien environment. And here's what's crazy. Modern open world games have entire HUDs dedicated to telling you where to go, what to do, when to eat, when to breathe, and when to subscribe to their season pass. Super Metroid drops you on a planet and says, figure it out, nerd. And somehow, that's more engaging than any 200-hour Ubisoft checklist where you have to climb 47 towers to unlock the map. The atmosphere, the isolation, the sound design, this game is a vibe carved into a cartridge. Top 5 easy. Number 4, Earthbound. And listen, I want to slow down for a second here because Earthbound matters. This game flopped in the West when it came out. Nintendo of America cannot figure out how to market a quirky jrpg about a kid in a baseball cap fighting hippies, sentient coffee cups, and an evil cosmic baby. They shoved it into a corner and forgot about it. And now, 3 decades later, it has a cult following that borders on religious. And the best part that actually gets me, Earthbound just got made because somebody at Nintendo just let it happen. They let a weirdo named Shigesato Itoi cook. Nobody focused, tested it to death. Nobody told him to add a battle pass. Nobody said, hey, can we make this more accessible for the Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund? It got to be its own weird, sincere, deeply human little game about depression, family, and saving the world. That doesn't happen anymore. That's the part that genuinely makes me sad. Modern Nintendo, modern any publisher, would never greenlight this in 2026. Earthbound is a snapshot of what video games can be when business school graduates aren't running the show. Anyway, back to dunking on the industry. Number 3, of course, is Final Fantasy III, because Square's localization team was onto something stronger than I am. This is the JRPG where the bad guy actually wins. He destroys the world. The world ends in the middle of the game. And the second half is you putting it back together piece by piece. Name another mainline JRPG with the audacity to do that. I'll wait. 14 playable characters, each with a distinct backstory, each with their own arc, all wrapped around an opera scene, a literal opera scene, that is more dramatic and better written than anything in the entire Disney Plus Marvel slop catalog. The Phantom Train, Kefka's Laugh, Celeste throwing herself off a cliff. This game has more emotional weight in its 16-bit pixel sprites than a lot of modern releases managed in 200 hours of mocap. And it ran on a chip the size of a saltine cracker. Genuinely insane. Number 2, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. The blueprint, the Rosetta Stone, every 2D Zelda that came after this game is just trying to remix the formula this one nailed on the first try. The dual world mechanic, the dungeon design, the boss patterns, oh, I need a different item to get past this rock loop, all of it. This is the game. And what kills me is I can boot this up today in 2026 and play through the entire thing in a single weekend. And it will be more satisfying than the last AAA action adventure I bought, which I'm still waiting on the third DLC pack to actually, quote, complete the experience. A Link to the Past is the experience. You buy it, you play it, you finish it. You respect it. Wild that we used to live like that. Number 1, Chrono Trigger. There is no second place in my heart. This is the GOAT. This is the everything game. When Square gathered the so-called Dream Team, Hironobu Sakaguchi, Yuji Horii, and Akira Toriyama, and basically said, make us the best JRPG of all time, they did exactly that and then went home. Time travel that actually makes sense, multiple endings, 13 of them, in 1995 on a cartridge when modern AAA studios can't even ship a single working ending without 3 patches and a Reddit apology post. A combat system with no random encounters where everything you fight you can see on the field. That single design choice would be a marketing bullet point on a $70 release today, and Chrono Trigger just casually did it 30 years ago without making a big deal about it. The Toriyama art, the Mitsuda soundtrack, the fact that you can finish this game in 25 hours and feel like you went on the longest, most meaningful journey of your life. This is what gaming used to be. A complete, finished, lovingly crafted, no MTX, no DLC, no subscription, no bullshit experience that respects your time and your wallet. Chrono Trigger is the standard. Everything else is benchmark against this. And the saddest part, we're never getting another Chrono Trigger. Not because the talent doesn't exist, it absolutely does, but because no publisher today would let a team of geniuses just cook the way Square let them cook in 1995. That's a tragedy, but hey, we still have the cartridge. They can't take that from us, hopefully. So that's the list. 7 games, 3 decades old, still better than 90% of what released last year. Did I miss your favorite? Probably. Drop your hot take in the comments. I genuinely want to hear which SNES game you're prepared to die on a hill defending. Mega Man X people, I see you. Save it for the comments. If this hit, smash that subscribe button because I do this kind of unhinged industry commentary 3 times a week, and the algorithm only serves me to people who actually click stuff. Help a guy out. I'll catch you in the next one.